So, we spoke a bit about this last night. I want to talk about it one more time, and I want us to implement the practice, okay? You will see how we build from this base. We have to start first with an understanding of throttle and clutch. The majority of riders learn to ride away on a motorcycle. You use steady throttle and a smooth feed of clutch to initiate movement. That is a necessary piece of your approach. Using throttle and clutch simultaneously to create smooth power. We use that on cone weaves. We use that to maintain tractable control. Just like I kind of was showing you guys, I can be inconsistent with throttle and smooth that delivery out with clutch. The understanding here is it is a necessary piece. You can also use direct throttle and clutch simultaneously to get the front tire into the air. That is not a wrong approach. So make sure you remember that. It is fine to use throttle and clutch simultaneously to get the front tire into the air. And that's the majority of riders learn how to get their front tire into the air using throttle and clutch simultaneously, like this. Just like that. That is necessary. It is an important piece of your approach. But I want to show you another tool. I want you to develop another tool, another way to deliver power to the motorcycle that creates a higher level of, first off, control, coordination with throttle and clutch, right? The ability to do it is the ability to do it. It's another tool. There's a level of consistency that we create and a deeper understanding of how we make efficient control on the motorcycle, okay? That's why we're doing this. It's not one way's right and the other way's wrong. They are both correct and they are both keys to your continued progression, okay? So, what we're going to do now is learn how to separate throttle and clutch. So as I said, we use simultaneous sometimes to get the front tire into the air, just like I showed you guys. I drove my weight forward, got suspension compression. With the rebound, I deliver throttle and clutch simultaneously. Just like that. That is necessary. Now what we're going to learn how to do is separate throttle and clutch. So instead of simultaneous, we are doing them separately. On, off, out, in. The first piece of this is being able to do it on flat ground. On, off, out, in, making a consistent sound every single time. Okay, do you guys hear how every single one of those sounded the same? My hands are literally going on, off, out, in. The off and the out are very close together. The off and the out are almost simultaneous. On, off, out, in. On, off, out, in. On, off, out, in. On, off, out, in. We are rolling the throttle off and coming out with the clutch. This takes coordination, and it's another piece to your ability to load the flywheel, to create a load of power, potential energy, building potential energy within your engine, and then delivering that potential energy to the ground to create momentum. That's what we're going to practice. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody follows why we're doing this? We're gonna get you into loading the flywheel. Once again, as I said yesterday, the best riders in the world have the highest ability in transitioning from maximum to minimum quickly. They create a maximum load of power for the situation they are in. They deliver that power, then transition to minimum after they've established momentum. If they hold at maximum the whole time, the tire will spin. Learning how to make a quick transition to minimum creates tractable control. And separation of throttle and clutch is the best way to do that. Okay, so we are gonna practice separation of throttle and clutch. I wanna hear everybody on, off, out, in. I wanna hear consistency. Try not to revert back to simultaneous. So there's a significant difference between the sounds. This is on, off, out, in. This is direct. Lot different. Both necessary. Don't get it twisted. Both necessary. Folks on the internet tend to get it twisted. They're like, Rich Larson says this is the only way to do it. No. I'm not saying that. And I want you guys to know that is the way that I approach everything. So, you know, if another trainer said, do this, it's like maybe that guy has his reasons. And I'm sure those reasons are necessary. It's a matter of you continuing your progression and finding out what works best for you. Okay? So this is going to be coordination control. This is going to be precision with throttle and clutch, the ability to do two things at once. And if you think about it, riding a motorcycle, you're doing all these things together. Not only throttle, clutch, front brake, body position, suspension, compression, rebound, balance. Being able to use everything together for efficiency is key. We have to take them into small bite-sized pieces and slowly put everything together instead of throwing ourselves at a switchback and trying to nail pivot turns. You know what I'm saying? We got to start here first. Does that make sense? I know you want to. I know you want to. Or a Jersey barrier, K-rail, right? We're not going to throw ourselves at it right away. We got to take our time. Find the right approach and build confidence. This will build confidence. The ability to do it is the ability to do it. All right? So I want everybody to spread out. If you would, give yourself some space. Please stay where you are. Don't do 5 and then ride around because I can't keep track of you. I still would like to be able to work with every single one of you. I want to hear consistency, control. Give yourself space as well, especially the trials guys. Like, you know, you can't hear your own bike. On the trials bike, really low RPM. Doesn't take much. You know, and the downspin is so long on a trials bike because the flywheel is so heavy. You can use almost like 100% downspin. So watch, I balance, throttle comes on, no throttle. Did you guys see that? There's 0 throttle there. I just went rev and I used all downspin to get me to pull. So we're harnessing flywheel, we're harnessing potential energy. A flywheel on a Charles bike, the downspin is so long. Remember how I showed you guys how long it takes for the RPM to descend on your bikes? It's a descend. That descend is like 3 times as long, right? And the really good guys can like put their front tire up against a big obstacle, go wide open, chop, and only use thunk, clutch to pop up stuff. All downspin. And when you create potential energy within a flywheel, you can create very efficient traction. You just saw there, once again, my hands off, like, if I could do it one-handed, I would. Just all clutch to get over the obstacle. 0 delivery of throttle. All downspin, back end of RPM, indirect power. There's 10,000 different ways I can say it. But that's what we're trying to do. Separate throttle and clutch, all right? Make sense? Everybody spread out. Get after it.